Well, hello everybody. Happy happy Thursday. Yeah, I forgot what day it was for a second. Hope everybody's had a great week so far. I know I have. My 2-year sobriety party last week went fantastically. I had a rather big party on Friday. I had 11 or 12 close friends and coworkers come with me to my party. We just bowled and we had fun and we ate a bunch of pizza and we just goofed around. We made a bunch of inappropriate jokes. We just had fun and we goofed around, and it was a really fun time. And a few friends that were there were also at my 24th birthday party 3 years ago, when in my last video I told about how I almost died. And they're like, dude, it's awesome to see that just 3 years ago you were literally in a puddle of your own vomit on the floor of a bar, and now you're 2 years sober and you're making changes for to your life to make sure that you're living healthier, happier, just better. And it's just, my friends were just very supportive, and it was emotional. It was fun. The whole night I was just kind of like, I can't believe it's been 2 years that I haven't drank, but at the same time it's like, I can't believe it's been 3 years since I almost died. Like, I mean, that night really just took a toll on me in a way that I can't really explain fully. But the party was great. Party went well. I bowled, but it was just for fun. And I bowled again this week, and I played pool for the first time in like a year or two, and I just had a good week. But I also went out with a coworker the other night, and I told her about my top 3 worst first dates ever. And there's no segue into this, and I don't, like I said, I don't have notes. I could literally take my phone and point it at my entire desk. I just have a bunch of paperwork for my fucking shots I'm getting tomorrow down at Rush Surgical Center, which I will tell about in my next video, see how that goes. I don't have any notes, I don't have any script, I don't have anything. I like to be genuine. When I fumble over words, that's all genuine. I talk too fast, I mumble. It's a bad combo, and I'm always tired. So I'm a little loopy kind of always. But so I was telling so there's no segue into sobriety party into top 3 worst dates ever, but so I was telling you about my top 3 worst first dates ever, and I was and they were pretty bad. And I'm gonna preface this video with saying, if you are squeamish, if you are easily disgusted, if you are easily grossed out, if you are easily uncomfortable, if you are easily grossed out, if you are easily if you just get grossed out by one of these stories is going to gross a lot of people out so much that once you know this information, you can't unknow it. And I've already ruined a couple of my coworkers' lives for them now knowing this story. So I'm warning you now, 3 minutes and 40 seconds into the video, that I'll save that one for last, because I think I can't even. Number 1 and 2 are pretty close together. I think number 3 is a number 3, but the number 1 and 2 are so close together I can't decide which one's worse. Actually, I can go with the top 4, because there was one last year too that was a little crazy. But so I'll go with the top 4 today, and I'll try to speed through them so the video is not 50 minutes long, because I could go on forever about how terrible these first dates were. But so I'll go with number 4. So number 4, last year. So I'm starting the video warning you that the last one I'm going to tell. So I will warn people when I get to that last story again, that if you are easily grossed out, turn off the video. Don't watch it. I won't be offended if you turn it off. I'm not going to be able to know if you guys watch the entire video. So just don't worry. Like, if you don't want to watch the last 3 minutes of the video, don't watch the last 3 minutes of the video, because it is so gross and so perverted, and it's so, I cannot believe I heard this out of my the first date with the guys. I can't believe I heard this in person come out of a guy's mouth on the first date. Anyways, I'm going to start with number 4. So number 4, last year, went on a date with a guy that I'd been talking to for like a month, and we went to Red Robin, and we had a good meal, and everything was fine, and we got home, and we didn't end it with a kiss or anything, I don't think, but we didn't, we just went our separate ways, and then we were texting and talking, and then we got into a big heated battle through text messages because he told me, like, if we were to date long term, I just want you to get fat and relax. And I'm like, get fat and relax? I'm like, what the? So I thought he was joking. So I'm like, LOL. Oh, that's funny, because I thought he just meant like we're gonna be pigging out all the time, which I'm a big fan of. I don't care. Let's lay in my bed, watch movies, and pig out on pizza. I don't care. But he literally told me, after a series of text messages of confusion, because he was telling me the same thing over and over again, which was like, no, I want to get you fat, like, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, very funny, like, he knew I had a bad back, so I'm like, this guy cannot possibly be serious, because he would know that gaining weight would be really bad for me. So this guy literally texts me, no, seriously, like, if we date, I'm going to get you fat. Like, you need to accept and be okay with getting fat, because, like, it's a necessity for me, for whoever I'm with, that they get fat. And I'm like, you what now? So this guy literally would not date me because I refused to get fat for him, like 300 pounds fat. And I'm like, okay. So that happened. So he texted me like a week later and was like, you know what, I'm not going to apologize for my behavior because you're not accepting me for who I am, and that's bullshit because I've accepted you for who you are, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, I have like a bad back, and I used to have an STD. You are refusing to date me unless I gain 110 pounds. Like, I don't understand how that's even remotely the same. Like, I have some flaws, but you are literally telling me to kill myself faster. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, oh my god. That guy was sayonara, and then he messaged me like another 2 weeks later on Facebook after I blocked him on my phone, and he messaged me again, was just like, I hope that we can talk again, but you need to come to your senses and realize that what I was asking of you is like nothing compared to what you're asking of me. I'm like, I didn't ask you for anything. It was a first fucking date. So that guy was crazy. So that's number 4. Number 3 was like, that was just bizarre. But number 3, it gets worse from here, people. So if you thought that was bad, it gets worse. Number 3, I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago. It was like right after I moved back home. Or was it after I moved back home? Or was it before I moved out? I don't know. Everything was kind of a blur when I was drinking. But I went on a date with a guy, and we met at a restaurant. We had a good meal. We talked for like 3 hours, and then we went for a walk. And then I was like, you know what, this is going well. So we went to go see a movie. So I was like, just hop in my car. Everything's been going well so far. That was a bad move. To invite somebody in my car on the first date because, this one's so bad. So we're driving down Gulf Road in in Hoffman Estates, and I'm driving to AMC Barrington, and whatever I'm guessing it's in Barrington. Yeah, it's AMC Barrington, but So I'm driving to the movie theater, and we're at a red light, and he's like, before we go any further, I should probably tell you something. Now, mind you, we've been together for this first date for like 4 hours now. We've been talking nonstop. Met another chatterbox. We've been talking nonstop. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, what's up? He looks at me at a red light and goes, so I probably should have told you this to start, but from like birth to 18, I lived in a dungeon. And I was like, I'm gonna die in this car. I was like, what the hell is he talking about? So I'm like, maybe he just misspoke and he meant to say he plays Dungeons and Dragons, which I'm totally fine with. So I'm like, you mean you like play D&D? And he's like, no, like when I was born, my parents locked me in a dungeon and I didn't get out until I was 18. I'm like, okay, so I had a good run, like 20, 22, 23 years is a good run, because I'm gonna die right now because this guy's crazy and he's probably gonna murder me, and it's my car, and I don't really have an escape route, so because I can't just exactly leave because he's in my car. I drove into Woodfield Mall. I dumped his ass into the curb, and I fucking sped away. Blocked my number. Blocked my number. Blocked my number? No. Blocked his number. Blocked him on Facebook. Blocked everything that had to do with him, and feared for my life for a good month. I was like, if this guy tracks me down and kills me, I wouldn't be shocked. Guys, number 4 was a guy that refused to date me if I didn't get fat, and number 3 was a guy that told me he lived in a dungeon for 18 years. Whether it's true or not, that's fucked up. To tell someone on a first date, that was number 4 and number 3. So if you guys are grabbed by those two, wait till you hear number 2 and number 1, because it goes off the fucking rails. God, I want to save this one for last, but I'm gonna push the gross one to last just because I want people to hear this one, in case you decide not to watch the rest of the video, because the last one is disgusting, and it's just not. I can't. And the worst part about it is that once the guy said it, it's so disgusting that I should have got up and sprinted away, and I kept eating my meal, and I finished my meal. You'll hear how fucked up it is in a second. So number 2 and number 1 are. You guys can decide, okay? If you guys watch the entire video, you guys decide. You guys put in the comments. This is the one video I want people to comment underneath which one you think is 2 or 1 on these last 2 here. I swear to God, these are true. I swear these are too ridiculous to make up. If you think I'm making these up, I swear on my life, I swear these are true, and they're just listen. And I could not stress this enough. These are true stories. I lived through this. This is how bad my taste in men was before my ex from the summer, which is a different story. But before him, everybody I've picked was trash. And this proves my point. Because I don't think it's number 2. I think it's number 1. But I'll save that gross one for number 1 or. I'm just getting so nervous. I can't believe I'm about to say this on YouTube. But okay, so I went on a date. Obviously, these are all first dates. So these are all, we've been talking for a few weeks, a month, whatever, and we went on a date. I'm always meeting at a restaurant. I don't ever go to someone's house on the first date because I don't trust that. I meet somewhere neutral just to protect myself. So, oh my God, you guys won't believe this one. So we went to a restaurant. We talked for a few hours. Once again, we went to a movie, and we talked a little bit more after that in the lobby. And then we were walking out, and it was 11:30 p.m., midnight, something like that, outside of the Regal Cinema in Lake Zurich, Illinois. And if anybody knows Lake Zurich, Illinois, they know that this theater is a piece of crap. And I apologize if anybody works there, but it is a piece of crap compared to the newer theaters that are all around now. But we walked out into the middle of the parking lot, and we had been talking for, 3 or 4 hours, and then we went to go see a movie, so everything was going well, and then we were out in the parking lot. Now, I can't stress to you enough that these stories are real. These things are things I went through. So we were in the middle of the parking lot, and he goes, this was a great first date. It went so well. I've never had a date go so well in my life, and I've never felt so great, and I've never felt so confident that this is going to go well, and blah, blah. And he kept going, and I was just trying to get a word in there, oh, yeah, and he just wouldn't stop talking. I'm like, oh, stop. It's a first date. You were talking this is our 20th date. Chill. Oh, my God, I can't believe what to say this. We're in the middle of a movie theater parking lot. It's the first date. We've been together for 4 fucking hours. It's gonna sound made up, but I swear it's true, and The guy got on one knee. Yep. First date, we'd known each other's existence for about 2 weeks. We're in the middle of a shitty movie theater's parking lot. There's like 100 people all the way around. He gets on a knee and fucking says, "I don't want anybody else to have a first date with you." He didn't actually say the words, and I just said, "You better get the fuck off your knee right now and get in your car and leave before I smack you, or I punch you, or I knock you out or something." Because then the guy walked right by me and goes, "Aw." I'm like, "No, this is a first date." And the guy goes, "Oh, fuck, dude, run." I'm like, "I'm going to." And I was like, "Bye." And I left. And I was like, oh my god. I was like, what the fuck just happened? It's so bad. It's so bad. It was so cringy. I was like, no. And he was my age. Like, he wasn't like a naive, like, 18-year-old. Like, he wasn't, like, fresh out of high school and like, "Oh, this is my first date ever, and I can't even..." He was like, I was 23 at the time, or 22, and he was my age. He was like 22 or 23. Oh my god. Guys and gals out there, if anybody ever proposes to you on the first fucking date after you've known each other's existence for 9 fucking days, run the other direction as fast as you can, and don't stop. Don't ask questions. I didn't. I just ran. I got in my car and I drove away. And I gotta speed this up because I'm already at 17 minutes. I'm gonna get to the number 1 video, and once again, I'm going to... I've number 4, 3, and 2 have been doozies. Number 1 is gonna throw everybody through a ringer here. Number 1 is gonna be gross. I've already said this at the beginning of the video. I'm saying it again now. This is gonna be gross. I'm sure a lot of people are intrigued at this point, so I probably grabbed your attention. I'm just going to get right to it. We were at a first date. We were at breakfast. We met at a breakfast joint in the city of Chicago. And somehow we had landed in... So I was eating my breakfast when our breakfast had literally just come to the table, and I was like, "Oh, thank you." And like we were talking while the food was being made, and then I started eating it. So I had just started eating my food, and this is like the most fucked up part about it, is that after what I'm about to say happened, I ate the rest of my food before I left. I stayed like 20 minutes after this kid said this thing, and then I left. Which is beyond fucked up. And I was so uncomfortable the rest of the day. And then I told 2 coworkers what happened, and both of them were like, "I hate you for telling us." And I'm like, you guys both asked because I was so uncomfortable and so off at work. Because I went to work that day after this happened, and one of my bosses was so curious because I was so off my game. Because usually when I was at work, I was like on top of things. I was getting things done. Like, I never had to be told what to do. I could get things done just one thing after another, never have, no delay. And like, if people told me something, I'd be like, "Yeah, no problem." Like, I was just spacing out. I was getting like just shivers down my spine, and I was leaving work that day, and I'm like, bye. And I was like, ugh. Like, I was just so grossed out. And then my boss was like, "No, I'm not letting you leave. What happened?" And I just typed it on my phone. I showed him, and his face just went from this to... I was like, "Yep, that happened. It happened." And what happened is, while we were eating our food, we landed on the subject of having weird relationships with our fathers, and mine being that my dad would constantly joke that even though he just had open heart surgery, because this was in February of 2018 that we had this date, so a little over a year ago, and my dad had quadruple bypass open heart surgery in August of 2017, and my dad constantly joked that even though he had just had quadruple bypass open heart surgery, he felt like he was in better shape than I am because my back is a complete mess, and my shoulders a mess, and my legs a mess. So I'm like, I have a relationship with my father because he kind of takes jabs at me like, "I feel like I'm in better shape than you are, even though, I'm almost 70 and you're barely in your 20s, or, you're not even 30. I'm like, "Thanks, Dad, love you too." So I say that, and this fucking idiot, he says, I'm just going to jump right into it. He said that he shares condoms with his dad. Condoms with his dad. I had to ask him, you mean you buy a package and you split it? Because that would be fucked up, but whatever. Like, no. He goes, no, my dad will be like, here, try this on for me real quick and then give it back. What the actual fuck? So after he said that, I still ate my food before I hopped the train and went back home. Guys, this is why my friends told me you're never allowed to pick whoever you date ever again. Like, anybody you pick has to be approved by us. That's why when I started dating my, now ex in last summer, my best friend was like, I have to approve him, because if he's not good for you, I will know the second I see him. Because 4 bad first dates over a span of like 3 years, ranging from I want you to get fat, to I lived in a dungeon, to will you marry me on the first date, and then my dad will be there with his cock out and say, will you try this condom on real quick, and then give it back to me. This is now information you can't unknow. I'm sorry, people, but this is stuff that I experienced. It's just so uncomfortable to know that my one coworker that I told this story to will constantly say, like, Alex, I can gross you out with just one word. I'm like, what? And she'll just walk around the store and she'll just come to me and be like, hey, Alex, condom. And I'm like, fuck. It's so bad. Oh, I feel so gross now. I'm gonna go take like a 45-minute shower because I feel like I need that, and I have about 45 minutes before I need to start getting ready for work. So I think that'll work out well. So now you guys have too much information, and now you guys have information you can't unknow. And I'm sure a bunch of you are probably thinking, I gotta go take a 45-minute shower, or scratch my eyes out of my head, or just go if you're with someone right now, just hug your significant other today and just say, at least you're not as bad as the guy that proposed to someone, to a guy I saw on YouTube today. A guy proposed to him in the parking lot on his first date, and then another guy said that he shares condoms with his dad. I told that to a friend one time, and the guy goes, my friend goes, did you ask him how he gets it onto his dick, takes it off, and puts it back onto his dad's dick? It's like, dude, I didn't think that far ahead. I was, dude. But then it got me thinking, I'm like, how'd you get it on and then off of that? Oh my god, I'm so grossed out right now. I feel like I'm covered in... I'm just covered in... Oh my god. I'm crying right now, and I don't know if it's because I'm laughing so hard or because I'm just that sad that that's my past. Lots of drinking, lots of abuse, and then these 4 wackadoodles that on 4 first dates managed to make me almost completely stop dating men forever because they're so fucking weird. So anyways, this is information you can't unknow, but I figured today I should tell something funny or something, just because I did like that video that I posted a couple weeks ago. It's time for a funny story. I did like posting that video because even though this is a mental health awareness channel, I can't stop laughing now. Every video I seem to end up just laughing hysterically, and that's a great way to end these videos, though, because at the end of these videos I just want you to see that, no matter what's going on during the day, no matter what you're going through, you can still find ways to laugh. And just thinking about these 4 wackadoodles still makes me laugh, because even though they are incredibly fucked up and probably need some kind of psychiatric help, it's still just funny to just be like, how did I sit through all these 4 idiots? Like, how did I don't know. That dungeon dude I thought was going to kill me, so I don't know. But anyways, I like telling funny stories, and I got a bunch of them, so I'm going to tell some more because this is a mental health awareness channel, but at the same time, I'm going to tell some funny stories because they got to be told. You guys need some laughs once in a while. You need to laugh some once in a while. You need to laugh some once in a while. That wasn't a word. You need to laugh once in a while. There we go. See, the mumbling and talking fast doesn't work very well. Anyways, I'm going to go for right now because this video has gone on far too long, and I said I wasn't going to ramble for 17 minutes, and I rambled for 26 minutes. So, I will see everybody next week. Have a great weekend. Subscribe to the channel. The channel button will be... I forgot what side it's on again. I think it's going to be over here. And then my last video, Chew Your Sober, will be over here, or vice versa. I will see everybody next week. Keep smiling, keep laughing, work through your problems. And if you want to message me, my Snapchat and my Instagram will be in the description. And comment on the video if you'd like. I fucked that up last time. I didn't this time. Keep laughing, keep smiling, keep fighting, keep going, keep living, keep... Bah! Or whatever. I don't know. I'm nuts. Alright, have a great weekend, everybody.